Alright, Shelly, I'm making this little, making this little video for you so you can show you how we start with the training to get the head down. Okay, so she's got a dog bone bit in. We take the reins and we take them through the legs and we take them up over the saddle. Make sure they're even at the top, and then you're going to tie the knot one over the other so that it won't come undone. And you're going to tie her head down just a little. We can go a little bit more because she's used to it now. Okay. But you don't want to tie it real tight at the very beginning. And as we go to walk, I'll show you what this teaches. Now see how she's already given her head? Because she already knows. And we start out slow and we bring it down a little each time. So ideally, her head should be level where it is and her nose tipped in, which is exactly where Chaps is right now. She could have her pulled down just a tiny bit more, but she's relaxed and it's not tight. And as we start to walk, you'll see her go, and she has, see how the reins are loose? The most important thing when you go to tie it though is to make sure both sides are even. Now we walk Chaps first. I recommend doing this just so the horse don't freak out, flip over, that kind of thing. So we walk in both directions first. Now what this is teaching is, let me come in a little bit closer, Shelly, so you can see. Keep walking, Rosie. So see how when she walks, it'll pull a little bit in the corners of her mouth. Now see, the reins aren't tight at all. And see how low it'll pull her head? Now she can lift her head up if she wants, but only so far. And then it'll give her some pressure. And to relieve that pressure, she needs to put her head down. So she's teaching herself right here that. See how her head went up just a tiny bit? And see her legs are moving that bit from side to side in her mouth. So ideally, she's teaching herself, because we're on the ground, we're not teaching her. So she's teaching herself and figuring that out. So when we get up on her, yep, we go both directions. And we do it at a walk. And they act like when you first start this, they can't turn. They can. But see, let me try and see if I can zoom in so you can see that. So see how that kind of pulls a little bit on the mouth when she moves her leg? But it's not tight. You see how loose those are. So it goes in between the legs and ties up on the saddle. And we walk it, and it pulls a little bit in the corners of the mouth. So then when she gets up in the saddle, and she wiggles the bit a little bit in the corners of the mouth, it teaches Chaps to drop that head. So on the other videos where you saw me saying head, get her head, all she's doing is wiggling that bit a little bit, not seesawing, but just wiggling that bit a little bit. And Chaps is dropping her head. She's responding to it because we've done this. And she understands. See how she went to bring her head up a little bit? But to find that release, she drops her head. See how loose those reins are? They're not tight at all. And this is helping her build. See, she couldn't lift her head all the way. This is helping her build her back muscle and those neck muscles to hold her head in position. And now we're going to trot her out because we've already, now see, that's as high as she can bring her head. Now to find the release, she needs to drop that head. And it will become easier and easier for her as she builds up that back muscle and the neck muscles. But it's not hurting her. It's no pressure. She finds it for herself, the release. And it's just those wiggles. So she's teaching herself. So see how she'll be able to carry that natural head. She'll put it up. Now she relaxes. Hear her snorting. She's relaxed. She's licking. She's not stressed. And she'll find that little piece for her. So as she collects up and gets her natural head carriage, The trot naturally slows down and her back naturally bows. So she's not riding hollow backed and she's actually collecting up. Now see, this is a natural gait for her. There's nothing slowing her down, nothing making her go faster. This is just her. Rosie's standing, here, let me show you. Rosie's standing right here beside me. We're not doing nothing. She's just going on around. Good job, Chaps. See, look at that nice little, gorgeous little jog. Collecting all up. And now as her head goes up, she's going to find that release and she'll tuck her head back down. And now when Rosie is on her and Chaps' head goes up, Rosie will wiggle those reins just like it's doing in her mouth right now, and Chaps will lower her head. All right, Shelly, we're going to get to more working.